Yeah!
Hello, minutes after planning.
Part 2!
And we stopped at 12:25.
12:25, yeah. It's not 25, it's now 12:26 and 50.
It's almost 12. It's 12:27. Wait, right now it's 12:27 right now.
So 2 minutes later, 2 minutes after the planning, and we didn't do a lot today. It was more like what we had said before.
We covered a few things, like about 3 things came up. We talked about them very quick, very good. But today was mostly a confirmation day to see and say to ourselves, should we keep planning?
Yeah. Is there more to discuss?
Before we go into the next big part, the segments.
Mm-hmm. And the segments, that's the one that takes a while.
Yes, that one takes a while, definitely. And the answer is no. We finished planning for today.
Planning's over.
So tomorrow we're going to get to the segments.
Yep. Tackled a few more themes. Overall, how we want the characters to come across in this episode was reaffirmed. And what was I going to say?
Well, one funny thing was actually, what were you going to say? Because I got something in mind. That's all.
Oh, this is the funny one. Whenever we finish planning, when we on the final day of planning, when Brandon's usually the first to say it, and I'm feeling it already, but I'm not going to say it because I'm always double guessing myself. When I'm like, should I work a little longer though than this? It seems awfully quick, like
easy. You're going to say it. You're going to say
easy. Yeah, easy. And I was like, and that's why I just trust my instincts, and I just trust that I know what I'm doing and just go for it. But it's always scary. Even now, I was scared when I went in for it. I was like, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go for it. And then all those fears that normally come in that I would normally listen to, this time I'm not listening to them. So it's nice.
Yep.
It's the same fears of just like, wait, Garrett. Just wait for like another 2 hours. And then if nothing comes up for 2 hours, then you know for sure. And it's like, but I did that 2-hour strategy with all the other episodes before, and nothing new did come up after those 2 hours, or even 24 hours later. And I'm getting that same feeling, that understanding when I was done, I'm done. So this time, I'm just trusting it. And I've been trusting it more often than not, because that's what you do. You don't keep second guessing when you're correct. And that same feeling of correctness comes back. You just look like a fool. Sure, some could argue, in defense of that, Garrett's just being thorough. There's a fine line between being thorough and not listening to just what is.
Garrett's absolutely right, though.
Just out of fear.
Garrett's absolutely this guy. Garrett's absolutely right.
You can run all the double checks you want, but if you just know, then that's better and it's faster and it's smarter.
Mm-hmm.
But second guessing will always be a factor.
Oh heck yeah. Garrett's second guesses more than me, but I second guess. Mm-hmm. It happens, of course it does.
Granted, evidence helps with that, because I've had all the evidence that it's a very similar, distinct feeling within my body when I knew we were done, and it's been right every single time. The wait time in between is what has varied, and I either got it right or wrong because I waited too long, or I never waited too short. That's the thing. I never prematurely jumped into it, but I always prolonged it incorrectly. Mm-hmm. Many times. Not always, but many times. Not today! Okay, go ahead, Feller.
The thing I was going to say, right. One of the
you can't hear. I called him Feller. That's one of my nicknames for him when we were going
Yes. Yeah, I can't hear it, yes.
Yeah, I just said it real quick. Brandon only calls me Garrett.
I have no nicknames for Garrett at all.
Nicknames are just not Brandon's thing.
No, they really aren't.
Yeah, I call him Bro, Brandon. I probably call him Brandon less than Bro.
Less, easily.
Little Feller, the Feller, Brother, my brother. It was a different version of brother. I made it up. We were kids.
Hold on a second. There's another one. Well, of course, the baby.
The baby. Yeah, that's one of his nicknames too. So yeah. Brandon, yeah. But anyway, what'd you have in between?
Oh no, I remember it. It was one of the few things we discussed today. One of them was a concern of mine.
Oh yeah.
It was like, oh hey Garrett, if this thing happens, I don't know if I really like sending that message.
Yes.
Then Garrett already had something in mind that already counteracted that thing I was nervous about, and it's now really well done. I was like, oh shit, well that made me feel great. And Garrett's like, does it cover it for you, Brandon? Like, oh no, it does. It even does a better job. No, that's great. So that was fun, because this concern, I had it since yesterday, But
were too
no,
tired.
we were too tired to talk about it. And when I had it in mind, we talked about other things that are more important. And I only remembered this concern after work. I'm like, I don't want to bring it up. I'm too tired. I just want to watch Garrett play Sifu. That's what I want to do.
I beat Yang!
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Anyone who plays Sifu, you know what that means.
Now I gotta go for the true ending.
Yes. But yeah, so no, it was very smooth. Oh, this is a fun thing to tell you right now that happened today.
Oh, can you hold on to that one?
Oh, sure.
I want to give an example of what Brandon is talking about, because it's fun to give examples.
Oh, yeah.
I wish we could talk about the episode, because then it just is easier. But now we got to think about...
Oh, yeah, let's roleplay, you mean.
Yeah, we're going to roleplay.
Okay, that'll make a concern.
So, we're talking a story
about
cooking.
Oh, yes. Talking a story about cooking, yes.
Story about cooking. And we're going to be cooking cakes. And Brandon's concerned that we never touched upon, that he only brought up today about cooking, making a story about cooking cakes, is he said, Garrett, I know we're singling out cakes, but that makes me feel like it's very disrespectful to all the other desserts, cupcakes, all kinds of pastries. Why only cakes? I mean, I know we discussed it, and it is a pastry shop, but we're singling out cakes. Garrett, how can we strike this balance by keeping it about cakes but not disrespecting the other desserts? And I was like, I'm not worried about that at all, bro. Because it's just going to come out that it's just a cake competition. It's one point of the year. And the other desserts, it's not that they don't matter. We'll show them being eaten, but it's not like they're going to be part of the main story anyway. We're going to focus on the cakes. I forgot to bring that up. That I want to make it that this town celebrates cakes. And we're going to only focus in that time period. Brandon was on the assumption that we've been spanning many years throughout this story. But really, we're going to just relegate it to a month. And that takes care of it. We're not disrespecting the other desserts, but we are respecting our choice to focus on cakes.
Yep. That's basically an example.
But Brandon wasn't aware that I had that idea. He brought it up and it fixed it.
And then it turns out actually Garrett already had it fixed. So that's the example. It's a good example.
Yep, there you go.
Now, that was a good example to bring up, yes. Now, the funny thing I was going to bring up is this. I forget if it happens all the time when Garrett and I work, but definitely particularly when it happens with, which I know I think happens with work and stuff like that, is the funny part where you and I start talking about other things.
No, yeah. This happens every time. Every time when we know this is like one of the signals that we're done. Go ahead.
One of the signals that we're done, and that's a good way to call it that. One of the signals that we're done is that when Garrett and I are working, we're very serious about it. We're very calm about it. We're very focused on it.
And we know what we want.
And we know what we have to talk about, and what we have to think about and confirm.
And we work hard to get there.
Yes, and this, that applies to everything, segments, but particularly, and writing in the screenplay, but it's particularly prevalent when it comes to planning.
Well, because we're just talking.
We're
not writing anything down.
Exactly. It's this. When Garrett and I are talking about work, we're like, do, yada, 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 this and this and this. But then randomly, Garrett and I just start talking about...
We just veer off.
We veer off on something totally off subject. Like, that was a very tasty burger we had yesterday. And then we start talking about a video game that had nothing to do with that burger.
And then we talk about that burger for like half an hour.
Yeah, for like a half an hour, literally.
When we're supposed to be dedicating like because we always work in increments of 3 hours and a half. 3.5 hours.
Sometimes we have to pull a double shift.
Sometimes a double shift, but 3.5 hours per session of working is how long we work, because that's how long our brains can stay fresh and energized and without overworking ourselves to go into the next session.
Yes. So with that being said, when Garrett and I start talking about burgers for a half an hour
during work,
that's one of our big telltale signs to say you guys are good.
Yep. Because when we're just working and just planning, we never veer off.
That's all we do.
We only talk about the work because our body and our brains are just stewing and calculating and just going all this shit.
Yes.
And it's just like, okay.
Like,
We want to make that work. Okay. This line of fabrics. No, that doesn't work anymore.
Oh, let's use the cake one. Okay, yeah, that cake. So this person would make a cake.
What's the time period?
Let's make it look like this. Okay,
I want to go with modern time period.
Yeah,
I want to go with a periodic piece for the cake. So we are going to do some research on what frostings were available. But let's make up something a little more fantastical.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
And let's say this cake factory was unknown and it made up this.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Okay, that's a little bit too much information right there. That's a little bit too much work.
We're
losing track of the point.
Yeah, we're losing track of it. But don't worry. But I like the idea. We'll have that like a backdrop thing, but it's not that important.
And we're gonna have 3 rivals. It's gonna be a battle between 3.
Yes,
three cooks, 3 main characters instead of the usual 2. That's too easy. Let's do 3.
Yeah.
3 sounds more complicated, more fun, and
that's what we do when we work. So once we're doing, let's do the cake analogy. Okay, so we have our 3 rivals. Hey Gary,
we have 3 rivals. Okay, we have 3 rivals. That's very good. God, when I fought against Yang, it was so fucking tough.
Yeah, I know. I saw how tough that was for you, Garrett. Man, see, and we talk about that for a half an hour
instead of work. It doesn't help work Not at all. Because when we veer off, it's not like we come back with fresh ideas.
No.
It is literally like our bodies know before our brains.
It's time. You guys, you two, you boys, you
covered it.
guys, you're good.
You covered it. And that's a telltale sign every time.
Yes.
And that has always been true. Because we've been doing this for so long.
Yes.
And we love it so much that we have literally conditioned ourselves to shut off at certain points as signs to tell us that we're ready. And even with those signs, by the way, I still doubted them.
Well, Garrett doubts it more, but that still happened to both of us earlier. Literally, when we were working today. Even though we were off subject, I still was working a little bit.
Yeah, we still went back to work a little bit.
Because why? Because Garrett and I, we were being certain. Even though we're really trained, we're really experts at this, we don't want to take it for granted. We never want to take it for granted, ever. That's why we still always push it a little bit. But over time, Garrett and I have lessened it. And that's good progress right there.
Yep. The better, the better, the better.
Yes, to make it shorter and shorter and shorter, the most greatly efficient and best way for Garrett and I to write.
Yep.
For us to create.
Yep. And oh boy, did we veer off today when we were talking about it. We were just shooting the shits.
That's all I have to say. I'm totally good, Garrett.
No, I'm good. Folks, honestly, after the planning, we usually take about a 1 day break.
Yeah, it's actually on and off. One time, I remember one time we started doing the segments already, but yeah, I always usually take 1 day break.
I didn't really like that, I'll be honest. I actually want to take another break.
Okay, Gary never told me that. Now I know. Now you know our system. After our planning, we take a break. So tomorrow will be a break.
Mm-hmm. No work tomorrow, different minutes after.
Yep.
Yep. Because the planning is done. I like to appreciate the planning, let it brew and let it stew.
No, I didn't. Well, actually, I did know that. I just didn't know you like a break, and I'm fine with that.
I want to do that this time. That's how I feel. That's my actually first time telling him right here on camera.
Yeah, no, literally. No, I'm not joking. Gary never told me this before.
I was going to tell you. Now it just came to my head because I'm just like.
Well, now the context really comes up.
Yeah, the context was like, oh shit, we're working tomorrow. I don't want to. I forgot to tell Brandon that.
Well, now I know.
I probably call him Brandon the most during these videos, just because I don't want to confuse folks when I'm saying bro, bruja, fella. All right. Anyway.
No, we're good. We're taking a break tomorrow, and that's it for this video.
Yep. Planning's over. Segments are next.
Over.
Segments are next, but after the break. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.